Hare Krishna, all the devotees. My humble obeisances to all of you and Dandavat Pranam. I invite you on the early morning short Bhagavatam class arranged by the Radha Govinda Temple, Kolai, Bengaluru. I indeed invite you for and on behalf of His Grace Sri Ramanishta Das Prabhuji. As usual, we'll begin with the prayers. I would wish you also do the prayers with me, keeping your mute button on, and then we'll have gratitude towards Bhagavatam glorification. And then we go through sloka number 25. Today's sloka is quite nice and very well narrated, so I'm excited to share with you. Let us begin with the prayers. Om Ajnantimirandasya Gnananjanushalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavasya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagar Dalita Shri Vishakhanvita हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरि प्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Yam Pravrajantamanupeta Krutyam
Yam
Dvaipayano Viraha Katara Ajuhava.
Yam Pravrajantam
Gauram
Anupetam Apeta Krutyam Dvaipayano Virahakatarajuhava.
पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदु स्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि
पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदो स्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि।
यः स्वानुभावमखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपमतिथितीर्थीर्षतान्तमोन्दम्
यः स्वानुभावम् अखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतिदितिष्यतां तमोऽन्धम्
संसारिणाम करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यम् तं व्याससुनुमुपयामि गुरुं मुनीनाम्
संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुमुपयामि गुरुं मुनीनाम्
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमम्
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमम्
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये
देवीं
सरस्वतीं
सरस्वतीं
व्यासं
व्यासं
ततो जयं
ततो जयम् उदीरये
शृणुतां स्वकथाः कृष्णः पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः
शृण्वतां स्वकथाः कृष्णः पुण्याश्रवणकीर्तनः
हृदयन्तस्तु यभद्राणि विदुनोति सुरस्तताम्
हृद्यन्तस्तो
अन्तस्तु
हि
हि
अभद्राणि
भद्राणि
विधुनोति सुहृताम्
नश्च प्रायेष्व अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नष्टप्रायेषु
नित्यं
अभद्रेषु
भागवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी
भगवती
उत्तमश्लोके
उत्तमश्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति
भक्तिर्भवति
नैष्टिकी
नैष्टिकी
I know I am repeating, but I would repeat it. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, daily recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam, removes all inauspicious things from in and around our life and gives an opportunity to serve Uttama Sloka Lord Krishna, who can bestow us Naistiki Bhakti, which is the goal of our life. So today we are taking up fifth canto, the creative impetus, chapter number 16, Jambu Dvipa, description of Jambu Dvipa, verse number 25. Madhumai Mataji, go ahead, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय यान् उपजुषाणानां न कदाचित् अपि प्रजानां वलीपलितक्लमस्वेद दौर्गन्ध्या जरा आमया मृत्युशीतोष्णा वैवर्ण्या उपसर्गादयः तापविशेषाः भवन्ति यावत् जीवं सुखं निरतिशयम् एव थैंक यू प्रभु जी
Thank you,
हरे
Madhumai
कृष्णा
Mataji. Anjali Mataji, Hare Krishna Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी यान् उपजुषणानाम कदाचित् अपि प्रजानां वलीपलितक्लं स्वेद दौर्गन्यजरा अमरमृत्युशीतोष्णवैवरण्य उपसर्ग अदयः तपविशेषाः भवन्ति यावत् जीवं सुखं निरतिशयम् एव हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी
Thank you. Chitra Mohini Devidasi ji Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय यानूपजुषाणानां न कदाचित् अपि प्रजानां वलीपलितक्लमस्वेद धूर्गन्ध जरामया मृत्यु शीतो उष्णवैवन्यो उपसर्गा आदया तापविशेषा भवन्ति याव जीव सुखं निरतिशयमेव. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. थैंक यू प्रभु.
Thank you, Mataji. Prafula Mataji, Hare Krishna Mataji, go ahead.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. प्रणाम प्रभु. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. यानो पूजासाणनं न कदाचित् अपि प्रजानां बलिपलित क्लेमः स्वेद दौर्गन्ध्य जरामय मृत्युशीतोष्ण वैवन्य उपसर्गदया तप विशेषा भवन्ति यावत् जीव सुखं निरतिशयम् एव. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु. थैंक यू प्रभु.
Thank you, Mataji. Srinivas Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. दंडवत प्रणाम. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. यानुपजुषणानां न कदाचिदपि प्रजानां वलिपलितक्लमस्वेद दौर्गन्ध्यजरामय मृत्युशीतोष्णवैवर्ण्योपसर्गा दयास्तपि विशेषा भवन्ति यावज्जीवं सुखं निरतिशयमेव. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you very much. Madhumati Vilasini Mataji, Hare Krishna Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. यानुपजुषा नानां न कदाचिदपि प्रजानां वलीपलित क्लमश्वेद दौर्गन्ध्य जरामय मृत्यु शीतोष्ण वैवर्ण्य उपसर्गादयस्ताप विशेषा भवन्ति यावत् जीवं सुखं निरतिशयमेव. थैंक यू प्रभु जी. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you. Prakash Rao Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु प्रणाम. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. यानुपजुषाणां न कदाचिदपि प्रजानां वलिपलितक्लमस्वेद दौर्गन्यजरामय मृत्युशीतोष्ण नैवन्योपसर्गदयस्ताप विशेषा भवन्ति यावज्जीवं सुखं निरतिशयं वे. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु.
Thank you, Prakash Rao Prabhuji. I have made you co-host to lower the hands, and
Okay.
Chitra Mohini Devi Dasi ji, you are also.
Bara Prabhuji, please recite Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी. दंडवत प्रणाम.
Dandot Pranam Prabhuji.
यानुपजु. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. यानुपजुषाणानां न कदाचिदपि प्रजानां वलिपलितक्षमस्वेद दौर्गन्ध्यजरामयं मृत्यु शीतोष्णवैवर्ण्योपसर्गादया तापविशेषा भवन्ति यावज्जीवं सुखं निरतिशयमेव.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Prabhuji. Subharao Prabhuji, can you read synonyms for us?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Definitely. Hare Krishna. Synonyms. Yan, which all the products produced because of flowing rivers mentioned above. Upajushanam, of persons who are fully utilizing. Na, not. Kadachit, at any time. Api, certainly. Prajanam, of the citizens. Walt, wrinkles. Palita, grey hair. Klama, fatigue. Sveda, perspiration. Daurgandhya, bad odors because of unclean perspiration. Jara, old age. Amaya, disease. Mrityu, untimely death. Shita, severe cold. Ushna, scorching heat. Vaivarnya, fading of the luster of the body. Upasarga, troubles. Adayaha, and so on. Tapa, of sufferings. Tapa, of sufferings. Vishesha, varieties. Bhavanti are. Yavat, as long as. Jivam, life. Sukham, happiness. Niratishayam, unlimited. Eva, only. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Subbarao Prabhuji, for wonderful synonyms. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The residents of the material world who enjoy the products of these flowing rivers have no wrinkles on their bodies and no gray hair. They never feel fatigue, and perspiration does not give their bodies a bad odor. They are not affected by old age, disease, or untimely death. They do not suffer from chilly cold or scorching heat, nor do their bodies lose their luster. They all live very happily, without anxieties until death. Beautiful description of having no old age in a population. Purport. These verse hints at the perfection of human society even within the material world. The miserable conditions of the material world can be corrected by a sufficient supply of milk, yogurt, honey, ghee, molasses, food grains, ornaments, beddings, sitting places, and so on. This is human civilization. Ample food grains can be produced through agricultural enterprises, and profuse supply of milk, yogurt, and ghee can be arranged through cow protection. Abundant honey can be obtained if the forests are protected. Unfortunately, in modern civilization, men are busy killing the cows that are the source of yogurt, milk, and ghee. They are cutting down all the trees that supply honey, and they are opening factories to manufacture nuts, bolts, automobiles, and wine instead of engaging in agriculture. How can the people be happy? They must suffer from all the miseries of materialism. Their bodies become wrinkled and gradually deteriorate until they become almost like dwarfs, and a bad odor emanates from their bodies because of unclean perspiration resulting from eating all kinds of nasty things. This is not human civilization. If people actually want happiness in their life and want to prepare for the best in the next life, they must adopt a Vedic civilization. In Vedic civilization, there is a full supply of all the necessities mentioned above. Couple of things remind me before I miss, I'll just tell you. There's a very good saying, and I have said it enough times. Materialism brings the best out of the product and the worst out of the people. This is the drawback of materialism. I was in South Korea and there are so many food things available to eat, but all of them, you can't be sure what they are until you ask them. And believe me, it includes cockroaches and lizards and so many things that's so beautifully decorated that you can't imagine that these are the stuff coming out of those nasty things that we can't even want to wash them. So we are talking about two different civilizations. Material civilization. In material civilization, when it reaches the pinnacle on the better side, it is human civilization and then Vedic civilization. As described vividly, people who are enjoying abundance of everything around them do not perceive old age very easily. Their skin remains tight and lusterful. Their hairs do not grow white or gray. Their bodies do not emanate bad odors of perspiration. And they are not affected by the fatigue and other things that happen quite commonly in old age. And of course, when they do not show the signs of old age, they do not have any disease or untimely death. Since they are feeling strong and robust, they do not feel that chilly cold or scorching heat, and thus they are quite young, smart population. We all wish to be like that all throughout the life, but it doesn't happen that way. Why doesn't it happen that way is a question, and Srila Prabhupada is very nicely explaining that question into this verse. You remember in the earlier cantos, at one point we had thought and wrote about an answer of Vedic civilization sustained by the economics of cow protection and land agriculture. These are the two main pillars on which the Vedic civilizational economy had sustained and survived very well. Not only it survived, but it used to progress in a positive direction. When the old age does not appear in the population, is certainly a perfection of human society, even within this material world. This is possible, as explained here, by sufficient supply of milk, yogurt, honey, ghee, molasses, food grains, and ornaments, beddings, and the other things to sit on, etc. In short, if there is ample supply of natural food and living items, you will live longer without the anxiety and probably will die without anxiety. If we really look at it, the abundance of supply is quite possible. Ample food grains can be produced by agricultural enterprises. The agricultural enterprises with newer technology and mechanization can certainly produce grains in multiples, especially after having so many variations in hybrid and other things. So having abundance of grain is not a problem at all. The old British saying that the cake is not enough to go around is a wrong saying. It's a wrong conception of the Western civilization. They say the cake is not enough to go around. It means we do not have resources sufficient enough to feed the entire world. If we really look at it, we have enough food and surplus would still remain if they are managed properly. The problems are in our management and not in the totality of supply. Profuse supply of milk, yogurt, ghee is also possible if you have laws to protect the cow. If your civilization protects the cows, there will be ample of these substances which are sustaining the finer tissues of our brain. Unfortunately, present civilization catches the cows, kill them, and eat them away. When you have such a negative attitude towards something that gives you an abundance of supply to survive, I'm sure you would understand why we have difficulties in surviving. Abundance of honey, wood, minerals are also possible simply by protecting forests. But you know what is going on nowadays. Forests are never protected as they are full of poachers who are very well connected with the politicians and they lead to destroying the forest and all the forest animals. This does two things. When they destroy the forest, they steal things away, and so it is just open loot. And when they destroy animals, the animals cry, and this cry leads to all the difficulties that human being suffers. Recently, last year only, we saw a great problem in Wayanad district of Kerala. Most of the hills and small mountains rushed and flattened out because of abundance of stealing of the wood, reconstruction and construction, and lawless progress and growth of the population. So unless we are ready to work on our way of dealing with our surrounding, our suffering would continue in multiples. Give it the name that you like. You can call it a climate change. But is it really a climate change, or the climate change is produced because of your haywire behavior towards your surrounding, your nature, that includes animals also? What does a human being do? They destroy forests, create cities and urban areas, make an urban concrete jungle, Jungle is so tight that the land cannot absorb water. Water flows through the concrete, goes far away, and makes up floods in the rural area. Instead of all this taking care, the human being produces big factories for nuts and bolts and getting things like automobiles, wines, etc. I'm sure you realize that how misplaced our priorities are. We destroy something which is otherwise giving us in abundance. Instead of managing it, we cut it off, we destroy it, and produce something like factories which are exactly opposite than what you get from the forest. In other words, Srila Prabhupada is explaining here how cow protection, agricultural enterprises, and forest forest animal protection would go a long way in again supplying abundance of requirements of human civilization. That is what has been happening in so-called Vedic civilization. And so, Srila Prabhupada is very categorically asking us how to change the present miserable materialism and material civilization into at least a human civilization and look forward to a further change so that it becomes a wonderful Vedic civilization. The advantage of Vedic civilization is that you have everything not only in abundance, but since they are in abundance, its effects on your general population of people is seen in the form of delay in the aging and longevity of the life. This is something which you cannot otherwise get by any other means. It's a wonderful explanation by Srila Prabhupada, so beautifully and meticulously described just in one big paragraph. It's really an art, and this verse, I feel, all of you should read again and again. I'm sure you will perceive the beauty behind the explanations and telling real sarcastic meanings in between the lines. Any comments, any revelation, any addition? Madhumai Mataji, go ahead, Mataji.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, excellent, description you have done, and the cause of all the material miseries is been very well taken off in this sloka of Bhagavatam, and then it is an eye opener for us. And Sri Prabhupada explains this in the kingdom of Krishna. There is nothing is insufficient or any scarcity, but the scarcity is only the absence of Krishna consciousness and the misuse of this all these material things, whatever Krishna has supplied us, we are exploiting it, the nature, and misutilizing it to a great extent. That is the cause of modern misery. So we have to get up now and take the Vedic civilization life rather than this modern day advancement, which is at all the root cause of our miseries, Prabhuji. So nice it is.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Thank
Krishna.
you for your lovely addition. I'm very happy with your comments. Thank you very much, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Mataji. Any other comment? Any other sharing? Your knowledge, your perception. You feel.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prakash Rao. Go ahead.
This recalls me my college days and school days, way back 1960s. There, the great poet Keats says that beauty is to enjoy, but not to destroy. Like that, this nature has given us so much abundant agricultural products and other things, where we have to make utilize of it and have a cultivation of Vedic civilization instead of destroying them. And it is our primary responsibility to protect this nature and nature products. That's what I feel it, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prakash Rao Prabhuji, for your wonderful comment. That's very, very true. And there were many poets, even in Gujarati, who would describe the detail of the agricultural produce coming out as per the king's behavior. If your king was pious and looking after his duties very well, but still believing that Lord is the owner, the produce were in abundance. But if the king misbehaved and started lording over the world, the produce and other things were really getting down and the people were suffering. So all these subtle things really are true and they are opening our eyes. I only wish the Western world understands the philosophy of Eastern world and Srimad Bhagavatam to make changes and correction. Thank you, Prakash Rao Prabhuji. If there are no further
Hare
questions,
Krishna.
queries,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhu
Krishna.
Lamataji.
So vividly and beautiful explanation of this modern civilization and that Vedic civilization. I am reminded, actually I want to share one thing. I am reminded of my father's farmland, Prabhuji. From the description of this purport, this is human civilization. Ample food grains can be produced through agricultural enterprises. Profit supplies of milk, yogurt, ghee can be arranged through cow protection. This, my father had a farmland. I am reminded before 50 years from now. Everything was coming, Prabhuji, from cow protection, milk, yogurt, ghee, and all the agriculture pulses also, and paddy and wheat, everything was coming now. And now we are seeing how we are striving, how we are struggling for all these things now.
Yes.
Even we are also agricultural land, cows, but that things are not coming now, Prabhuji.
Yes. Very, very true.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much, Mataji, for your wonderful experience of your own self, that you have seen such Vedic culture being practiced by your father in the farmland. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very
Hare
much.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna to everyone. Thank you very much for attending the class, and I wish you all have a wonderful Krishna conscious day ahead of you. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti Vaishnava ki jai. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank
Dandavat
you.
pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.